I've been wrestling with a huge decision lately, and it's the whole reason I decided to do this video right now. In 2 years, when I retire, I have a choice. I could stay in the life I know, the one that's comfortable, safe, and totally predictable. Or I could get on that plane and go to Mauritius, to a place where I'll have to build a whole new life from the ground up. The thought alone is terrifying. Every instinct screams at me to play it safe, to stick with what I know. But I also know that one terrifying choice could unlock the version of myself I never knew was in there. And I know I'm not alone in this feeling. This isn't just my story. This is a story of what happens inside your brain when you choose courage over comfort. It's about a hidden blueprint inside all of us that's designed for growth and transformation. We're going to get into the journey of making a big life change and the surprising science of how your brain literally is wired to reward you for taking bold risks. And by the end of this, you won't just understand why leaving your comfort zone is the best move you can make. You'll have a simple game plan for how to actually do it. Welcome to Waves of Change. This is my journey of retiring, relocating, and writing what peace means for me. Because you're never too late and your peace is never too far. All right, y'all. Let's get real for a minute. The comfort zone gets a bad rap, but it's called that for a reason. It feels good. It's that warm blanket of routine, the predictable rhythm of a life where you know all the characters, you know the script, and you know exactly how the day's going to end. It's your favorite coffee shop, the same route to work, the conversations you've had 1,000 times. How was your day? Fine. How was yours? Pretty good. All right, see you later. No surprise. And our brains absolutely love that. When you look at the neuroscience, our brains are obsessed with efficiency. They're designed to save energy by creating shortcuts or habits, as you will, for everything we do. Think about it. The first time you drove a car, you were hyper aware of the brakes, the pressure on the gas, the mirror, the lights, the rear view mirror, everything. It was exhausting. But now, you probably could drive home and don't even remember half the trip. That's the way our brain works, on autopilot. Its main goal is to keep things stable and predictable. So the second we even think about doing something new, applying for that job, speaking up in a meeting, maybe even planning a move to Mauritius, our brain's ancient threat detective mechanism, the amygdala, just lights up. It sends us a warning flare. Danger, danger, uncertainty ahead. Go back. This feeling isn't just some flaw in your character. It's literally baked in our DNA. Our ancestors who were jumpy about that rustle in the bushes were the ones who survived. My brother would say they lived to tell the story. Your fear of the unknown is a feature, not a bug. But here's the paradox. The very thing designed to keep you safe also is the thing that keeps you small. Life in the comfort zone is life on a loop. Those same thoughts lead to the same choices. The same choices lead to the same behaviors. And those same behaviors create the same experiences, which then triggers the same emotions, which just reinforces the same old thoughts. It's a completely closed loop, and it goes against every grain of a life of faith, which calls us to trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your path straight. That's Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. So over time, that loop becomes a gilded cage. You're safe, sure, yeah, but you're also stuck. The walls that once felt like they were protecting you start to feel like a prison. The quiet of predictability, which used to be peaceful, now just sounds like stagnation. You start to feel that quiet, nagging voice in the back of your head that says, there has to be more than this. There has to be more to this. There has to be more to life. You start to feel the deep, painful regret that comes from not failing, but from not even trying. This brings us to the leap itself. The story of anyone who makes a big life change is powerful proof of what's waiting on the other side of fear. Before a leap of life is the definition of comfortable. It's a good job, a familiar city, friends, and family. It's all predictable. But then an opportunity comes up. A new career, a new city, even a new relationship. That feels both exciting and terrifying. The first feeling isn't excitement, it's pure anxiety. The voice of your comfort zone screams, listing every single thing that can go wrong. What if you can't adapt? What if you fail? What if you end up completely alone? This is your brain's threat detection system on full blast, begging you to stay where it's safe. But there's another, quieter voice in the mix. The voice of your own potential. The part of you that is just tired of the same old loop and wants a new chapter. They want something to get you excited and moving. You take the leap. Woo! The first few months are just as hard as the fear predicted they'd be. The new role is a shock. The new environment is confusing. And the simple daily tasks you used to take for granted, that used to be on autopilot, now takes a huge amount of energy. You feel like an outsider, sure, constantly fighting off doubt and just feeling drained from navigating the unfamiliar. This is the shock of leaving the nest. A lot of people at this exact point decide to turn back. They say, I tried, it just wasn't for me, and just give up and go back home. But if you stick with it, if you commit to learning, to adapting, to being a student of your new world, something amazing starts to happen. The foreign becomes familiar. The intimidating becomes manageable. Even small wins, competing for a tough project, figuring out a new system, making a new friend. It's like building blocks for a new identity. You're not just surviving, you're transforming. The challenges that used to terrify you are now making you stronger. Overcoming fear doesn't just give you new skills, it gives you a new sense of who you are. You find a resilience you never knew you had. You become more confident, more adaptable, and more open-minded. Your world literally and figuratively gets bigger. This shows us something really important. Listen, growth and comfort just can't coexist. True development doesn't happen when we feel safe. It happens when we're stretched, challenged, and forced to figure things out. I don't know if I've mentioned this to you guys, but I've moved over 20 times, and each time I've experienced the same growth. And that's why, although that anxiety is there about moving to Mauritius, I'm excited about it. I am truly excited about these 2 years. Once they go by and I take that plunge, I know there will be challenges, but I'm looking forward to them. I'm looking forward to the growth, to the stretching, and to figuring things out. What happens in that transformation isn't magic, it's neuroscience. The change is a direct result of how the human brain is built to change and grow when we have new experiences. The process is called neuroplasticity. I love that word, neuroplasticity. Think of your brain like a dense forest. Your daily routines are like well-worn paths through it. Can you imagine going through the forest and the paths? They're easy to walk down because you don't have to think about it. Staying in your comfort zone is like walking those same paths every single day. But when you do something new, I want you to visualize this. You're forcing your brain to hack a new path through all that undergrowth. This is hard. It takes a ton of energy. Every new skill you learn or new challenge you navigate is like forging new connections in your brain. At first, that new path is rough and hard to follow. But the more you walk it, the clearer it gets, and over time, it becomes a new and easy trail. That's neuroplasticity in action. Your brain's ability to rewire itself. Oh man, you are literally building a new brain. But it gets even better, y'all. Oh, I'm so excited to tell y'all about this. Woo! Your brain just doesn't let it happen. It actively encourages it. When you try something new or take a risk, a part of your brain releases a powerful chemical. You've probably heard of it before, dopamine. Dopamine is often called the feel-good chemical, but it's really more of a motivational molecule. Its job is to tell your brain, hey, pay attention. This is new, and it could be good. Do that again. This is your brain's built-in reward system for exploring. That little thrill you get from trying a new restaurant or visiting a new city, that's a dopamine hit. That's your brain giving you a gold star for stepping outside of your routine, for stepping outside of your comfort zone. When you take risks, you're not just facing your fear, you're tapping into one of the most powerful motivational systems you have. This courage is a command echoed in Scripture, specifically Joshua 1:9. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. This whole process builds real confidence in a way that thinking positive thoughts never can. It's confidence that's been earned. On top of that, you develop what author Nassim Nicholas Taleb calls anti-fragility. Oh, I love this. A resilient person gets hit with stress and stays the same. But an anti-fragile person gets hit with stress, chaos, and challenges and actually becomes stronger because of them. You don't just bounce back, you bounce back better. This is the heart of personal evolution. So how do you actually use this stuff in your own life? You don't have to move all the way across the world to Mauritius to make it happen, unless you want to. You can start building a bolder life right now, today, with a few strategic steps. Step 1, get good at calculated risk. Leaving your comfort zone isn't about being reckless. It's about taking calculated risk, where you've actually thought about the pros and cons and decide the chance for growth is worth more than the fear of failing. I explored this idea deeply when writing my book, Move Smart, Spend Less, A Single Mom's Guide to a Budget-Friendly Relocation, which is all about how to de-risk while taking the biggest leaps a person could take, relocating their life. But the principle applies to everything. Start with a risk ladder. At the bottom, put low-stakes actions. Ask the waiter for the most interesting thing on the menu. Take a different route home. These microdoses of novelty start training your brain to be cool with the unfamiliar. Once you're good with those, move up the ladder a little bit. Take on a small, challenging project at work. Sign up for a class. The key is to find that sweet spot just outside of your comfort zone, where you feel challenged but not totally freaked out. Step 2, reframe fear as fuel. That feeling of fear is never going to totally go away. The goal isn't to get rid of it altogether, it's to change your relationship with it. When you feel that anxiety, instead of seeing it as a stop sign, learn to see it as a green light. That feeling is just your body getting ready for the challenge. This reframing aligns with the powerful truth from 2 Timothy 1:7. For God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. See fear as a compass, pointing you exactly where you need to go when dealing with calculated risk. Step 3, engineer small wins to build momentum. Confidence isn't something you just have. It's something you build with evidence. Break down your big goals into almost laughably small steps. If you want to be more social, your first step isn't a huge party. It's making eye contact with your neighbor and saying hello. That's the win for the day. If you want to write a book, your first step is to write one page. By setting up these small, consistent wins, you're giving your brain undeniable proof that you're the kind of person who can do hard things. This creates a positive feedback loop, and momentum is everything. Step 4, adopt a growth mindset. Finally, all of this has to be built on a growth mindset, an idea from psychologist Carol Dweck. Someone with a fixed mindset believes their qualities are set in stone. Every challenge is a test that could expose them. But a person with a growth mindset believes their abilities can be developed with effort. Challenges aren't threats, they're chances to learn. Failure isn't a judgment, it's just feedback, it's data. A growth mindset turns the terrifying idea of leaving your comfort zone into an exciting game of personal evolution. My decision about Mauritius isn't a one-off. It's just a big example of a potential that's inside every one of us. Your brain isn't set in stone. It's a living system, waiting for you to give it new instructions. It's designed to reward you for trying new things and to grow stronger from stress. The comfortable life, the safe life, the predictable life, it comes with a hidden price tag. And that price is the person you could have become. The future belongs to people who are willing to step into the unknown. The times we're living in now is ripe with opportunity. Leaving your comfort zone is more than a good idea. It's essential for anyone who wants to unlock what they're truly capable of. It's the best decision you can make. If this message of intentional growth resonates with you, I want to invite you to join our wait list for the Well-Rooted Collective. It's a new community that we're forming for people dedicated to living a life of purpose, courage, and faith. Just leave me a comment. I want to be well-rooted, and I'll place you on the wait list. We'll be starting soon. And of course, if this video was helpful, please give it a like, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more content on living a bolder, more meaningful life. Now I'll leave you with a question and a challenge. What's one small calculated risk you can make this week to expand your comfort zone? Share it in the comments. Let's build a community of courage, one small step at a time. Saying it out loud makes it real. Your future self is going to thank you for it. As always, remember, friend, you're never too late, and your peace is never too far. I'm Vanessa, and this is Ways of Change. Thank you for joining me today. Bye.